Hey guys, Steve and Tony here, and I am back with a new video. And for this one, I'd like to share my 5 favorite episodes of the original Mission Impossible TV series, with brief mentions of 4 honorable mentions. And I've really been enjoying in this series. I watched it off and on for a while, a few years back, but I finally decided to get the whole series on Blu-ray, and I've been enjoying it immensely. The first 5 seasons, especially, didn't care much for seasons 6 or 7, to be honest. So yeah, like without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, guys. Now, unfortunately, how they have this, packed together isn't the best. So, and I'm kind of, leery, trying to, handle this on camera. So I'll just leave this as it is here. Just to show something. Okay, so starting with the honorable mentions, the first is called The Elixir. Basically, the widow of this recently deceased dictator intends to take over the running of the country, and the team has to stop her, and they do so by making her think there is an elixir that will keep her from aging. Unfortunately, I forget if the trick is to get her to use the country's money to get this elixir or what, but it definitely has something to do with the elixir, and they have Cinnamon Carter posed as this woman who looks like she's 30, I believe, but is actually in her 70s or her 80s. 80s, who has actually taken this elixir and is proof of its success in working. I enjoyed this episode. It's not really far fetched, but it kind of just stretches it a bit. And also, I love a good female villain, and Ruth Roman, who plays the would-be new dictator from her husband, does a great job. Okay, the second honorable mention is The Bargain. Basically, in this one, a corrupt general who plans to reestablish his dictatorship of his country is hiding out in the U.S. in secret, and he plans on partnering up with a crime syndicate to get the money to return to his home country. Now, the team's job is to get the general sick, and then start to make him paranoid that he's gonna be screwed over by the syndicate and killed. And how it's done is very effective. The effects in this, while the general is hallucinating, from whatever drugs they give him, is really very well done. And just and the suspense is is great. How everybody plays his and her part is good. Good, it's a good mid-tier episode. So I should say. Okay, the third honorable mention is called The Vault. Basically, in this one, they find out a supposedly benevolent leader of a neutral nation is planning on skipping town with his country's money with the help of his banker, and they have to not only prevent him from succeeding, but to make him think that he needs to get away at that very moment. Again, very suspenseful. Like how they play it up. Is really good. Like Nehemiah Persoff, who plays the main villain. He's great in whatever you give him. He just plays a total shark, no good Nick. Is just very like a two-faced. The wolf in sheep's clothing. It is just very well paced, very well done. And how they kind of keep him in the dark, is really effective. Okay, now the fourth and final honorable mention is The Play. Oh yeah, and I should also say that these are all from season two. So yeah. So the play, there's a guy visiting from an unfriendly nation who is looking for some way to use propaganda against the U.S., and he finds it in this very unconventional play written by Cinnamon, and Phelps plays one of the actors in it, and Martin Landau's role in Hand has to take the place of the one actor who is desperate to defect, and then at some point screw up the play to reveal that the emissary has very devious motives, and get him out of the way so he can be more of a destructive influence. And again, this is a bit more of a political driven episode. But again, again, it's just it's very well done. I like how they sort of used the main villain's hubris against him. They had him thinking that this play is clearly un-American when they're really entrapping him. So his own government kills him. It is just a very well-paced episode. And the fact that Landau takes the place of an actor who is sick of his country's ways and wants to be free, is also cool. So yes, those are the four honorable mentions. And now on to my top five. And at number five from season 2 is The Town. Now, this episode is very interesting in the Mission Impossible series because it was the first episode, to my knowledge at least, where the team's assignment basically comes out of nowhere. Phelps is basically planning on meeting Roland for either they're a camping trip or a fishing trip or some kind of trip out in the mountains someplace. And as Phelps is driving down, his car breaks down, and then he has to get it fixed. And he ends up inadvertently stumbling upon this group of people, which is basically this entire small town. They hire themselves out as contract killers, and Phelps has walked right in like the middle of their plan to assassinate a defecting Soviet scientist, I believe it is, from a job offer by the other side, and the leader of the mob, who's also the town doctor. He drugs Phelps, tries to keep him from talking, and basically Roland and company have to, get down there, save Phelps, and prevent this assassination from happening. This was one of my first like real favorite episodes of the show, because the assignment basically happens by accident. Like they're all on a vacation in this episode, and and Phelps ends up stumbling onto something, and basically like Roland has to has to contact Cinnamon, Barney, and Willie, and they have to figure out a way to stop this town from continuing to be, a kind of Murder Incorporated, selling to bidders, like without anybody, figuring it out, because technically they aren't supposed to know. Yeah, like a very exciting episode. Everybody, plays their parts well in it. Will Geer as the main villain in the Doctor, who's very cold and calculated, but somehow doesn't lose his grandfatherly charm, which makes him even creepier. So yes, at number 5, that is the town. Okay, at number 1. Okay, and the number 4 is the made-for-TV movie pilot, which in syndication is shown in 2 parts, and it is, I believe, called just the pilot. And this is the first episode. So obviously, I know the series. Originally, Stephen Hill played leader Dan Briggs. And his first assignment for the new IMF is to thwart a corrupt general's attempt to sell nuclear warheads to the highest bidder. It's the debut Martin Landau's role in Hand, Barbara Bain as Cinnamon Carter, Greg Morris as Bernie, and of course Peter Lopez as Willie. It really is very cinematic. It has both exteriors and interior settings. And it's a very well done episode. So Landau has a dual role as both Roland and the corrupt general, which sees him in a very well done, like in a heavy makeup, and in a mildly burly suit, which he plays excellent in. And I don't want to give too much of the plot away, because like how it's pulled off is like, it was very effective and really shouldn't be spoiled. All I'll say is that for the debut of a show, it's really good. Good, like there's probably like some plot holes of like, well, how could they, you know, possibly do that? Like, if it's in such and such a country, it's well guarded, but like the pacing's excellent, like and how they pull it off, as I said, is it was really well done, and you sort of and it's the first time you see everyone's expertise in action. Okay, so at the number four is the pilot. It's okay. Let's see. Number three. Three is from season three, and this is this one is I don't know. I'm sorry. I got like distracted there. Three is actually a tie between the heir apparent and live bait. The heir apparent is a takeoff on the legend of Princess Anastasia. Basically, this very diabolical and evil general is demanding to either be allowed to take power officially, or he'll start a war, and take out the nation's beloved cardinal, and just engage in a very bloody coup in order to get power. So the team has to trick the general into believing that this princess, who was believed to have died in a fire, along with the rest of the royal family, somehow survived and has been living in hiding all these years. For a plot taken from history, it's very well done. I done like all of all of the cast is spot on. Charles Adman, who plays the villainous colonel, actually, I should have said, and Soren Thatcher, who plays the peace-minded cardinal, both do very well. Like there's a lot of back and forth. Like people trying to affirm his people trying to affirm the general's suspicion, some trying to discredit it. All of the while, Cinnamon is getting ready to pose as the princess is how she would look if she did live, live, and trick the colonel into some very damaging truths. Yeah, just a really well done episode, and Live Bait is essentially set in East Germany, where the team has to rescue and 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 say, I'm sorry, is to rescue this deep cover agent, who's been found out by a very ambitious, and intelligence man in the East German government. And basically, to stop him, they have to get his loyal but still somewhat naive assistant to think he plans on betraying him. And again, it's a very good cat and mouse game. There's a lot of trick photography in this, trick video evidence, which kind of, sort of precursors and kind of predicts, strategic editing, but it's really well done. It was somewhat ahead of its time, but also kind of predicted how you could trick people through very clever editing. So yes, at a tie, the heir apparent and Live Bait. Okay, and number 2 is also from season two, and that is the second episode of season two, Trek. The team learns that this, a Tomb Raider and thief has absconded with all these South American treasures, but unfortunately has been arrested by a very corrupt general who wants these treasures for himself, and Phelps has to go in posing as a new prisoner to help this guy break out and to find out where everything is. I know I keep saying this, but these are all great episodes. How they build the tension. How they how they get the plot going is really good. Good, and they also benefited from really top-notch guest stars. Dan O'Hurley, who plays the thief, he's really arrogant, and unlikable in it. And Mark Leonard plays the corrupt general, who is also very good. And how and how they build, their atmosphere, how they kind of start setting, the authorities against both the general and the thief is good. Good, yes, just the very effective stuff. So that is number two, the Trek. Okay, and at number 1, and surprisingly my only season 4 pick, pick is The Choice. Now, this is again taken from history. Leonard Nimoy, who plays Paris, he has to pose as a Grigory Rasputin type named Emile Voltrain, who wants to, who's gotten into the head of the country's leader. Like, he's slowly poisoning her, and he plans to take over and align with the and align with the U.S.'s enemies, and and the team has to stop him. Initially, they make it look like it was a scam by con artists to get money from Voltrain. To get his his lookalike out of the country, but they make him think he can use them in his plot, to take over, and of course then the IMF tricks start in full, and they do it very well. I love the history inspired episodes, in particular of the Mission Impossible series. And The Choice is actually my favorite of those episodes because they basically do a version of Rasputin, who I've always had, who I have found a very interesting figure. Very deplorable, very scary guy, but still interesting. And they don't exactly do him, although it's pretty close. Close. It's just really it's just really well done. And Nimoy plays both his series regular, part of Paris, and the role of the head villain, Voltrain, very, very well. If you like plays on historical characters and events, like, this is the episode to watch. And how they end up, accomplishing their, mission is very good. Slightly twisty, like not the normal and you would think of for a for Mission Impossible show. So yes, and that is it for this video. Please let please let me know. Please let me know in the comments what you thought of my choices. What are any of your favorites of this series? Are you a fan of the series in general? What seasons were preferable to you? Got stuff like that. That. So yes, thank you for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, if you will. It does help the channel out greatly. And if you have been already and would like to, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification button for more content like this. And yes, again, thank you for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye.